Growing up, I saw leadership from a distance. I saw the responsibilities, the decisions, and the weight that comes with public service. Today, I want to understand it directly, not just as a son, but as someone trying to learn what leadership and governance truly demands. This is Ibadan on Scene. Today on Ibadan Scene, I'm going to have a conversation with my father about leadership, governance, and lessons learned from years in public service. Right, Honorable Adiolu Adeleke Abraham. Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome.
Dad, when you first started politics, did you expect it to take you where it did?
Yes.
While growing up, what lessons did you learn that helped you become who you are today?
When I was growing up, uh, I learned about patience, how to be patient, uh, persevere, that is uh, perseverance, then how to have a good integrity.
Yes, sir.
Those are the lessons that I was able to learn when I was growing up.
Yes, sir. So, what are the qualities that were most important in your journey?
Integrity.
Integrity. What do most people misunderstand about being the Speaker of the House?
The misconception of what people normally uh, misunderstand by being the Speaker of the House is that by virtue of that position, you have the absolute rights among your colleagues to do whatever that you want to do. That is a misconception. It is not like that. So the mere fact that they refer to the Speaker as right doesn't mean that he has the right solely to do whatever that you want to do in the House. It is not so.
Yes, sir. How are decisions really made in the House of Assembly?
In the legislature, the decision normally being made through the resolution among the members in the House of Assembly. That is, on every issue, uh, if it is an internal affair, that is among the members of the State of Assembly, the resolution, the decision among themselves. If it is concerning the citizenry, that is the citizens of the state, then it has to be in respect of the motion of a bill, a motion of moving of motion. Then if it were to be bill, we have two areas. The first areas, decision can be made through motion or through the bill. We move motion in the House,
Yes,
or you present bill in the House. The bill can come from an individual, from ordinary citizen. It can come from the executive arm of government, and it can also come from any member of that state House of Assembly. It could be through the motion. A member in the House can move motion. Moving of motion is confined to only the members in the House of Assembly. But if it were to be a presentation of bill, the executive can present their bill to the House of Assembly.
okay.
A citizen in that state can also present a bill to the House of Assembly. Likewise, a member in the House of Assembly can also present a bill. But if it were to be motion, that one is confined or is restricted to only the members in the House of Assembly.
Yeah. With that being said, how did you balance political pressure with integrity?
Uh, to balance the political pressure with integrity, at times, the pressure from the political leaders may not give opportunity to someone uh, uh, to have a good integrity, because at times they will ask you to do certain things that is against the law. They will put the pressure on you. But if you want to maintain if you have a good integrity and you want to sustain that integrity, definitely uh, uh, your position will negate the position of the political leaders. So at times there always be difference between the position of the political leaders and that of the concerned member in the House of Assembly or any political office holder.
Yes, sir. So can you share us a moment where you had to make a tough decision?
Okay, the time that I took the toughest political decision in my life was during the impeachment saga in the Oyo State back to 2005-2006 era. That is under the administration of Senator Rashidi Ladoja as the executive governor of Oyo State. When some leaders said I should back out, that is, I should support the unlawful and illegal impeachment of Senator Rashidi Ladoja, that negates the position of the law. So that was the time that I took the toughest political decision of my life, because I resisted the pressure from most of the political leaders that they wanted me to engage in the art of illegality, but I said no. So I took the path of honor, but by taking that path of honor in supporting the laid down rules and regulations, that is in working in tandem with the position of the Constitution, then I can rightly say it that there was a sharp division between the political elite, that is the position of the political elite, and that of my humble self.
Yes, sir.
So that was the time I took the toughest political decision by not allowing them to influence me to work against the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Yes, sir. How do alliance and loyalty really work in politics?
Alliance and loyalty. Alliance and loyalty, there's no much dichotomy. That is, there's no more difference between alliance and loyalty. If you have alliance to a particular group or to a particular leader, invariably your loyalty will be exhibited. Then that shows that you will be loyal. So there's no disparity. There is no much dichotomy between alliance and loyalty. Almost the same thing.
How did political crises like the Ladoja impeachment teach you about leadership?
What I learned from that impeachment saga, or the impeachment and the experience during the impeachment of Senator Rashidi Ladoja, what I learned by that time, or what it taught me by that time, is how to work under pressure. How to work under pressure. That is, how not to be overwhelmed with pressure. Then how to maintain and stand by whatever someone believes in. So that is just it.
How should institutions behave during periods of stress or political conflict?
We have a lot of institutions. We have the police. Police is also an institution. All these military, we have military institutions, we have the police institution, a lot of other institutions under the government apparatus. Well, they always be subjective. During the political crisis, they always be loyal and carry out the order from the top. So the institution don't normally exhibit much integrity, because take for instance despite the fact that the some members of the House of Assembly wanted to take an act which is against which is in contravention to the constitution of the country. The the police institution by that time assisted them in carrying out their nefarious acts. So institutions at times in Nigerian political context don't maintain that integrity.
What mistakes do young leaders make when entering politics?
Well, uh, the young leaders always be too ambitious. Take for instance, in the recent times, somebody that's just entering the politics for the first time, someone without even much political experience or even administrative experience will consider himself or herself going to the national assembly, that is the Senate or House of Representatives, instead of probably going for councillorship election first or chairmanship position. So the young political elite are sometimes too ambitious.
Two ambitions. How do you evaluate whether a political strategy is worth pursuing?
It depends on the purpose of that is being set up for, then the resultant effect. So that's when it comes to the usual evaluation. That is what will give you the opportunity to know whether it's worth it or not.
How did you manage personal and political risks while in office?
Uh, it's not an easy thing to do, but I think I was able to put the public interest first. I put the public interest at the expense of my own personal interest. Take for instance, when some members of the House of Assembly wanted to take, or they wanted to carry out that unlawful impeachment of Senator Rashida Ladoja.
So,
By virtue of my position as the Speaker of the House of Assembly, I worked against that unlawful act, knowing fully well that it will affect my own personal interest, knowing fully well that working against the position of the federal government, then under General President Olusegun Obasanjo, it will cost me my seat as the Speaker of House of Assembly. In spite of that, I ensured that I worked against the lawful impeachment. So I didn't allow my private interest to override the public interest. I put the public interest first. What is the position of the Constitution? This is what the Constitution says it should be done. This is what the Constitution says it should not be done. So I ensure that I follow the dictates of the Constitution. I work in tandem with the position of the Constitution, which cost me my speakership position, because after the impeachment of Senator Rashidi Ladoja, I also was impeached as the Speaker of the House of Assembly before I was being reinstated back to the office.
okay. So, what advice would you give to young people who inspire to leadership today?
My advice to the young people that have the aspiration to be in the political office today is that they shouldn't allow their personal interest to override the public interest, and then they should try as much as possible to have a good reputation. They shouldn't allow themselves to be influenced by materialism. So they should ensure that the love for money doesn't override Okay.
Thank you, sir. How should someone build credibility and respect?
The only way to build credibility and earn respect from the people is when you are able to show good leadership, when you are when you are upright in your action. So people will respect you and you will earn credibility. So when you have good integrity and when you have a good name in the society or in the community or in the country, then you will earn the respect of the people.
Yes, sir.
That is just it.
What destroys political careers the fastest?
The influence of money
Hmm.
or materialism.
How do you define integrity in politics?
I've said it earlier. The only way to define integrity in politics is that if you are if you work in line with the laid down rules and regulation, if you work in line with with the constitution of the country. That's the point.
Looking back, what legacy do you hope to leave in Ibadan and Oyo State?
I think I've left a good legacy already. Wherever I go to, and people see me or they heard about my name, they only give me that respect because of what I did by not supporting on an unlawful act in the states when I was a member of the state House of Assembly. So this one earned me a lot of respect in the society, in the country, as even outside the country. So when people hear that name, Honorable Adeolu Adeleke, or when they see me, they always accord me with that much respect.
If you could give yourself a piece of advice at the start of your political career, what would it be?
Uphold the rule of law. Very simple.
Leadership is often seen from the outside through headlines, power, and politics. But behind it are pressure, sacrifices, and decisions which shapes the future of the society. This has been Ibadan Unseen.